What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Binkz and Doodle Effect, episode number 5. How are you guys doing? Extremely huge week in sports, primarily football. We will definitely touch on that. How are you guys doing? I'm one of your hosts, Binkz. As always, I'm here with Mr. DrewskiDoodle down at the bottom, and we are here today with a guest, ChrisBP.
Howdy, y'all.
That's nice. Okay. we have a good cast for you as always, but before we get into it, I'm just gonna say, have you guys been playing FanDuel or DraftKings at all?
No, big FanDuel guy.
Big FanDuel guy. Well, I don't know if you know about Thrive Fantasy.
Oh, tell me more.
Thrive Fantasy is a prop bet fantasy football app, and you bet the over-under. You could bet how many receiving yards a player can have, how many passing yards a quarterback will have. Very easy, win a lot of money, and for this weekend only, if you use the code GETLIVID, when you sign up and you deposit at least $20, Thrive Fantasy will instantly match your deposit for up to $50. So use the code GETLIVID and get instantly a match for up to $50. You deposit $50, you're gonna have $100 to play with. You deposit $25, you're gonna have $50 to play with. Instantaneous.
Quick maths.
Thrive Fantasy. Get livid. Download it today. Start playing this weekend. A lot of fun. Done. Moving forward.
Well done.
That definitely wasn't one of my best ones, but we're gonna move forward. We'll start off as usual with Major League Baseball. Not much has happened, but the end of the season is coming up.
Indeed.
I guess we could start off by saying, and talk about Josh Donaldson getting ejected. He may be the first person to ever get ejected from a baseball game after hitting a home run. Mid-home run trot, as he was crossing home, he got ejected from the game.
He straight up flexed on the umpire, and I loved every second of it.
I loved it. I mean, you coming across home plate and just throwing dirt on it. Now, you could have a little controversy here, because technically, if you watch the video, when he throws the dirt over the plate, he never touches home, and he starts walking to the dugout. After he starts walking to the dugout, he gets tossed from the game. Then he starts walking back towards the plate, realizing that he missed home plate, and steps on it, says something to the umpire, and then walks off and gets high-fived by his teammates that he just got thrown out. But he was thrown out of the game before touching home. So could you say that home run doesn't count?
I don't think so, because the umpire stepped in and threw him out. For that reason, I don't think so. If he would have just went home, then probably. But I think since he got thrown out, you can't really.
But
say that.
he got thrown out before he touched home plate.
Yeah, no, I think that's why you can't. Then technically he wasn't awarded the opportunity to finish it because he hadn't walked away yet.
But he did. He went off and he walked back, and when he was walking back, he was already thrown out. If you watch that video,
listen, I think umpires are garbage.
Oh, they are. I don't know. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw the video.
I think
because if I'm the other team, go on. So I'm sorry.
Okay, fine. I think that he definitely showed up the umpire before that, and he deserved to get thrown out. I loved every second of it, and I think if the umpire then does that, I don't know. I think or the other team, it just makes it that much worse of a situation, and I don't know. It's a weird situation for something like that to occur.
That's fair. If I'm the other team, I argue that he was thrown out before he ever touched home. That's just my thing. What was
the score of that game at that point?
I think they still lost. I don't think they won.
Yeah, I didn't know the score or anything around the situation.
Man.
But the way he handled calling out the umpire for his missed ball was really bad. If you're gonna do that, it happens all the time, but you don't look back at the umpire that's showing up the umpire. You just keep your head down and just say, where was that? Or I had that outside. And then I mean, he's Josh Donaldson. He's a hothead. He doesn't care. And then, honestly, at that point, you smack a home run and do what he did. At that point, I love it. Yes, he absolutely deserved to get thrown out, but it was just great.
I understand. I can see where you're coming from. Injuries in baseball. Verlander getting Tommy John.
Screw the Astros. I never wish injuries on people, but it's going to make the Astros worse. So that's kind of cool.
I mean, they can't win the division. They still have a chance for the wild card. But I am rooting for them to not even make the playoffs, as you know.
100%. It's going to be interesting to see how Verlander comes back because he's up there in age now. And he might not make opening day next year.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
It depends on his rehab and everything. See how quickly.
Yeah, especially since he's older, so you never know about that.
Yeah, and so speaking of injuries, we're happy that DeGrom not missing time. And he still has a great opportunity to win the Cy Young for the third year in a row. That Cy Young race in the National League is extremely close.
That Cy Young race is nutty. It's absolutely
nutty.
So
close.
I don't know. It depends. I don't know what they're going to do. If they're going to take into consideration that he's going for 3 in a row, it's only a 60-game season. He only gave up 2 runs, but that shot his ERA up to over 2.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't. He is. If you look at overall with DeGrom, he is always the most dominant person in the game. No matter what what the team is actually doing, he is the most dominant person on the field every single game.
So what's really gonna maybe propel him is his strikeouts. He's striking people out at a ridiculous rate. He's got the strikeout lead by 5 strikeouts. He leads in Ks per 9, but then you have Trevor Bauer, who leads in ERA and leads in hits per 9. He also has 2 complete games, both of which are shutouts. Yeah, it's going to be very, very tough.
I don't think DeGrom gets 3 in a row.
I don't think so either.
As much as I want him to get 3 in a row.
Yeah, I just don't see a way that you don't give this. As of right now, there's still another start or 2 left, but I don't see a way right now where you don't give it to Trevor Bauer. If DeGrom has another 1 or 2 starts, whatever he has left, with giving up 2 runs or less and keeps the Ks up. Also, and at the same time, as Trevor Bauer blows up for a game, that opens the door. But if it stays how it is, I don't see how you don't give it to Trevor Bauer.
Exactly. Yeah. And it sucks because I'm a huge Met fan. I want to see DeGrom get the 3rd year. But,
you know what? You know for a fact if this was a full season, he would win because he's going to keep this up for 100. He's not going to play 162 games, but he's going to keep it up for the whole season.
Yeah.
Not that Trevor Bauer won't, but I just think given a longer time frame, Bauer will slip up more than DeGrom does. But Trevor, if you're listening, don't let that sway you from coming to the Mets.
That would be insane. That would be so nice if Trevor Bauer came to the Mets. Speaking of, we have a new owner. Steve Cohen bought 95% of the Mets for $2.5 billion. There you go. Our guest has some knowledge in baseball. Our guest, by the way, is going to be all for football. He's here for football. He's here for the.
That's
football
how
side.
most of our.
That's how most of our guests are. Daly. Except for Daly, yeah. When we have Mr. J Daly on the podcast, Daly knows all sports. But Steve Cohen buying 95% of the Mets for $2.5 billion. Huge. The Mets are actually going to use money.
You hope so.
We're gonna spend money now. If we can actually do things.
Was that they're saying that he said when he officially takes over in November, he's gonna clean house. So I kind of like that. Obviously, it really doesn't mean players; it means management. But bye, Brody. See you later.
Yeah, bye.
I think he's the biggest tumor to this team right now, so I can't wait for that to happen.
I'd give Rojas another.
I'll see about that.
I'll give him another season.
If they get rid of him, I won't be mad. If they keep him, I won't really be mad.
Yeah.
I dismiss
I hated Callaway. I couldn't wait to get rid of him, but
he was awful.
He was terrible. Good luck to the rest of the games. I think was it like 6 games left.
Each team has 6 or 7
something
games.
like that. We're coming close to the end of the baseball season. It went really fast. Can't believe it. I feel like we just had baseball back.
When you're used to 162 games, 60 ain't nothing.
Exactly. And we also have hockey coming to an end with the Stanley Cup.
Oh, baby.
Series right now is tied at 1.
1-1. That was wild game last night. The Stars were down 3-0. They almost made a comeback. It was a really good game, as most of them are going to be in this series. You get, and then you have the Lightning. All this conversation about Steven Stamkos coming back. There's a lot of speculation with that. He's been hurt for a long time. As a Stars fan, I don't want him on the ice. He's an offensive catalyst. There's some dumb things people are saying that they're going to bring him back early and just use him on the power play. That's really stupid. If he's playing, you're going to play him everywhere. He's an elite player. Like I said, I don't want to see him on the ice. It really gives Tampa Bay an extra step. We're just going to hope that
what logic
Anton Hudobin can keep it up.
Yeah, of course. I mean, what logic is just keeping Stamkos on the power play?
I don't know. There's no benefit to him for playing, like 6 to 8 minutes a game. It's not going to do any good for anybody. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no,
but we shall see.
That's kind of absurd.
Game 3 is when you people are watching it tonight.
I think personally this series goes like 6-7.
Absolutely gonna go 7, no doubt in my mind from the beginning.
I hope it goes 7. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup is the best game in sports.
And I'm gonna need to chug rubbing alcohol. Yeah,
you're gonna be going insane.
Oh yeah.
However, let's get our guest involved in the podcast, Mr. ChrisBP.
Welcome to the game.
Welcome to football now. The majority of this podcast will be football now going forward. We kind of recapped everything. The Falcons, Cowboys. The Falcons have not learned how to close a game since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was tough, that onside kick.
Dude, okay, that onside kick, there was like 4 Falcons just watching it go 10 yards. Like, do they not realize that they don't have to wait 10 yards to pick it up as the receiving end? They could just jump on the ball. They stood around it, waited for it to go 10 yards, and let Cowboys then jump on top of it.
Did you watch it, though?
Yeah, the Falcons should have just jumped on that slow-moving ball. They don't have to wait for it to go 10 yards.
Yeah, but if it doesn't go 10 yards, it's a penalty. So
no, it's not. If the receiving team picks it up, they can pick it up.
No, they can pick it up whenever they want, but if it doesn't go 10 yards, they don't have to do anything.
They don't have to pick it up.
Yeah, but you don't. Why risk that? If you see it dribbling,
you jump on it and you miss it.
No.
Why do you have to touch it? It doesn't go 10 yards.
The way that Greg Zuerlein kicked that
was so nonchalant, bro. It was just
made the difference. His helicopter. That's why they didn't want to jump on top of it.
If you think it was that, dude, I rewatched that. I was like, wow, they're so stiff. I rewatched that. That ball goes to like it goes 6 yards. All of a sudden, that ball just spins 3 yards real quick after everyone backed off already because they thought maybe it wasn't going. Rewatch it, bro. That was an insane onside kick. And I'm so mad. I had Zuerlein. I was like, I should get some onside kick point. Give me like 1 point for fantasy.
You should, because I have Zuerlein in one fantasy league. We should get some fancy onside kick points.
No. I don't understand why they let it. They should have got closer. Like, they all backed up. Like, they thought maybe it wasn't going 10 yards because, like, you watch and there's, like, people like Julio Jones was there and he, like, backed up because he's like, oh, it's not going 10 yards. But all of a sudden, that thing just zipped in real quick. And then they try to go on it. But, like, that guy obviously being there because he's, like, sniffing the ball to go over. But, yeah, no, that was bad. I'm not saying they didn't mess up, but I'm saying that was one hell of a kick by Zuerlein.
You know what? I have a question, and I've been wondering this for a long time. I don't, I know football pretty well. I'm no expert on it like I am with hockey and baseball. How come? I don't know if it's a penalty or not. In that situation, one of the Falcons defenders didn't just run to the ball and boot it down to their, 20 for one of their guys to easily just grab it. Just give him a little toe tap backwards.
I mean, you know how hard that probably was? You see that ball spin?
You don't want to do that because what if you muff it as soon as you touch it? It's over, like Chris said. So if a Falcon went when it was only dribbling 5 yards and tried to boot it downfield, God forbid he muffs that.
Yeah, you don't want to be that.
You don't want to be that guy.
I feel like an onside kick is hard, but I mean, there's a lot of pressure probably at the end of the game. Don't mess it up. And but I'm telling you right there, you got to get maybe get low on your knee, dude. I can't tell you what to do because.
I would say you just go onto your side and have it come into your stomach, but
I mean, there's probably a way of doing it. They didn't do it right.
Listen, no matter what, I think the Falcons should just jumped on it. They should not have just all stood around it and wait.
Now seeing what happened now, in another world, I probably didn't make it to 10 yards.
In any situation, even if it's not going to make it 10 yards, just hop on it.
Bro, if it's only going 6 yards and it starts rolling out of bounds, why touch it, bro? You automatically have it.
But honestly, it's not even that. They were leading by 20 points at the half? This
Yeah.
should never happen.
Dak
But they
went
can't
off.
close. They can't close the
I feel
deal.
so bad for
I
Matt
feel
Ryan.
bad for Zeke Elliott players for fantasy because Dak Prescott got 3 QB sneaks on the goal line. That could have been 3 more touchdowns
Oh, I
for
know.
Zeke.
I have
That is
him.
18 points stolen from Zeke.
Yo, hot take, ready? Best running back in the league right now? Kamara. Hot take.
No, it's Zeke.
How is it Zeke?
In what respect are we talking? You're talking about fantasy or actual like talent? Because if it's talking about actual talent of best running back in the league, it is Zeke. If you're talking about fantasy, we go look up the numbers.
I think I take Zeke in both situations.
Bro, Kamara is so slippery.
Zeke is in talking about fantasy, Zeke is the safer pick. You know he's going to drop you at least 15 every week, minimum.
And what do you think Kamara's not?
He can have down weeks. He's had them before. I don't think Zeke ever has down weeks.
Latavius Murray gets a lot of snaps too. He gets a decent amount of snaps.
But either way, like I said, I have Zeke, and yes, I won anyway. But having those touchdowns would have been nice.
How many points did Zeke get? Fantasy. I'm talking fantasy.
18 or 19.
That's weird. Kamara got 30 something, you know?
Yes,
Not too
everyone
bad.
has boom weeks.
It's week 2.
Devontae Adams had
I would
35 week
I would
one.
make a bet with you right now that at the end of the football season that Zeke has more fantasy points than
You want to talk about
Kamara.
1 week of
Oh.
fantasy points? You know who led all of fantasy and fantasy points last year in week 1? Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, but that was like a fluke. Kamara's actually like good. Sammy Watkins is just a
I'm
weak
not
one.
saying he's not.
I'm
I'm just
drafting.
saying-
You're gonna hear it here first. I'm drafting Sammy Watkins last pick of next year's draft, and I'm gonna play him week 1. He can be projected 2 points. I'm gonna start him on the Kansas City Chiefs. He's a week 1 specimen.
He is. He loves his week 1.
But yeah, no, Kamara is. I'm so happy with my Kamara pick right now. I'd rather him over Zeke. I'd rather him obviously over Barkley now because I guess we'll just.
Oh
move on
yeah,
to that topic.
the death trap that was Sunday of week 2 for
Everyone-
all the league's top players apparently.
literally. I mean,
Everyone getting injured.
how many
The whole
injuries?
40,
The whole
the 49ers
49ers
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Niners were in the hospital.
Yeah, not
Richard Sherman is out. Garoppolo's out.
Mozart.
Mostert's out. Bosa's out. Like,
Both is out.
Kittle is coming back for week 3. He's confirmed. We have Kittle
but yeah,
back.
he's still kind of injured. That's
Who's their
Yeah.
quarterback
Did you
now?
see his name?
The backup. I don't know who the backup is for the
I forgot his
49ers.
name. I didn't even care about the chess
He's a-
game so bad. Once Mostert got knocked out, I was like,
Well, Mozart gave fantasy players that first opening run and then did
bro, there should have
nothing.
been 2, but the stupid holding. I'm screaming that. And now I lost Mostert for fantasy too.
Yeah, it's tough. Mozart went down. We have Christian McCaffrey out
Oh,
4 to 6
yep.
weeks.
Cam Akers is out.
Akers is
Actually,
out.
he might be back.
Barkley
He was
is out.
He got hurt. Well, yeah, we already said Barkley's out for the season.
Oh, I didn't
Who
say- I
else
didn't
is
hear
out
that.
for
I'm
the
sorry.
season? Most is out for the
Officially today.
I don't think Most is
Cortland
out for the
Sutton's
season.
done for the year.
Oh, Sutton, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
but
Sutton's done for the year.
who's coming to the Giants after he passes his COVID test? My man, Devonta Freeman, concussion protocol central, coming back to the Giants, and guess whose bench he's on? This guy.
I wouldn't start him the first week he plays.
No
I'm
chance
just
I
saying.
start him the first week.
Yeah,
but he's
okay,
on
good.
my bench.
We'll
Yeah,
see what happens there.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see. I mean, he definitely fell
Oh.
off, Freeman.
You want to know what injury pissed me off? That he really wasn't even injured. James fucking Conner, bro. First week he does he plays 1 quarter and he's like, oh, bad ankle injury. He's out for the game. And then right before the game starts, he goes, it's gonna be a split committee with Conner. My man Conner looked fine as hell. My man had most of the snaps, no split committee, and he was just running the ball. So that was.
Wait, were you talking about this week or week 1?
Connor scares me because Connor. I don't think Connor
Week
has
2.
played a full season yet.
Week 2, he played the whole game. Conner, and he
Yeah,
looked fine.
yeah.
Week 1, he
Didn't
He went out. He came out. Yeah, in week 1.
Yeah.
he came out for an ankle injury, and I thought it was all over. And then what's it all? They did on Saturdays put a report saying Steelers said they were gonna do a committee with Snell, Connor, and Samuels. I think that was his name.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
And there was no split committee. It was just it was the Connor show. I'm pretty sure Snell came in, fumbled once, and that was it.
Yeah, and there's also you think about they're not notable names, but the Seahawks defense is in shambles. They were getting killed
Bro, the Seahawks defense is getting dropped by me this week. It's
They're
literally
all
just
hurt. Yeah.
It's Adams.
Adams.
Mhm.
Bro. And dude, Cam Newton.
He's
moving
a
on.
stud. He's a
I
stud.
was-
He's gonna be good, man.
Bro,
The Patriots are not gonna miss Tom Brady, man. He is gonna be just fine. Patriots are gonna be just fine, even though they lost. They looked good. Cam looked good. It's a Belichick system. I have been saying this for years because Brady, I don't care that they won, Brady still looked like shit.
I don't know
So,
that one.
it's a Belichick system. The Patriots are still going to be fine. And Cam is going to be a very easy replacement for Brady. Calling it here, week 2. It's going to be good.
I will say the only reason they lost is because they lost to. They were playing the my pick for the Super Bowl winner this year in the Seattle Seahawks. That offense is gross.
It is. I mean,
You know what Denver was.
I mean, granted, you know, Russell Wilson, potential MVP. We'll definitely touch on that. But you also got to consider the Patriots were down a very key offensive player with James White, who, rest in peace, his father, and I don't know how his mother is doing. I haven't heard anything or read anything. I think she's still in critical condition, and our thoughts and prayers to her. And our condolences to James White's father, but you got to consider if James White is on that offense, he's a huge caliber running back in the backfield that the Patriots use
100%.
Tremendously, and it may have been a different game with James White instead of using Burkhead and
What I'm really toting is that they dropped 35 points on arguably the best secondary in football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that offense to me. Once their defense comes back and is healthy, it's going to be great.
Cam threw for over 400 yards, man. It's going to be. Patriots are fine. Patriots are going to be so fine.
Let me hit you with some Cam Newton stats. Ready? Cam Newton, starting QB on Patriots, is getting paid less than Andy Dalton, by the way, back him on the Dallas, Blaine Gabbert, Brett Hundley, no idea who that is, Colt McCoy, Jeff Frisco, Chase Daniel, Marcus Mariota, Case Keenum, AJ McCarron, Chad Hundley, Matt Schwab, Matt Barkley, Nathan Peterman.
Listen, he's not.
He's getting paid less than Nathan Peterman.
You know what? Who cares? Like for him, he made a statement before. It's not about the money at this point. He made all his money when he was young. He wants to win, and I respect the hell out of that.
Mm-hmm. Take the pay cut. The Patriots just need to build around it.
That's what I would do as an athlete. I would rather make in perspective with athletes. I would rather make, let's just say, $800,000 a year and win every year than make $5 million a year and never make the playoffs. Without a doubt, I would choose that every time. So I respect the hell out of it.
I don't need a lot of money to be happy. I can agree with that. Give me like $800,000 a year. I'll be the quarterback. Just build.
We're talking like we're living right now. If you give me $800,000, I live like I do right now. I'm set for a long time.
Yeah, I ain't changing my lifestyle. I will definitely. Okay, that's a lie because I will definitely be driving my dream car. Fuck all y'all.
Well, fair enough.
But I would not really change my lifestyle making $800K a year. I'd be socking that. I would want to win.
The contracts don't get you into the Hall of Fame.
I hate losing more than anything in the world.
It sucks that we're Met fans. I feel the same way.
I hate it. So if you told me I can make millions and millions of dollars and never see the playoffs or take a huge pay cut and they can build a team around me where I can win the Super Bowl and get a ring, I'm taking the Super Bowl.
W's over all else.
100%. And I know people listening are like, nah, man, take the money and run. I'm like, that is not why you began playing football. People began playing football because they love the sport, and then money gets in the way, and money makes them blind. Jamal Adams.
Bro, you're telling me, Steve, Jamal Adams, the caliber of him and his fucking defensive presence on the Jets, he was going to see a Super Bowl?
No, but
okay.
But
you just threw him under the bus.
But you don't demand money like that. He was being an asshole by demanding money. So to him, money is more important than wins. Even though being on the Jets, he could be broke and still not getting wins.
I think it was also being on the Jets, and I think the money was just coming like at the same time. Like he was already not happy with Gaze. He was not happy with losing.
I think he was just trying to find
Who's
the FIFA way.
honestly happy with Gase? He's the biggest.
Nobody.
He's the
But that's
biggest
what I'm saying.
issue on the Jets.
I don't think it was, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was all money. I think he just wanted out of the situation.
Yeah, I think so too.
When everyone's saying he's going to be a franchise in the Jets, he was like, wait a minute. We're not winning here. So I'm going to stay on the Jets, and I'll play for the Jets and try my heart out, but I want more money. You got to think about it like that. Like, Steve.
Yeah, but look at the Jets.
We're not going to win on this.
Look at the big picture. Now you want to demand more money, right? And the Jets are not going to be able to pay better players because you're demanding more money. You got he
had to leave. He had to leave. But we got 2 first-round picks.
It's fine. Yeah, so, I don't miss him. I know you do. I don't miss Jamal Adams.
I watched that Seattle game.
I don't miss Jamal Adams.
Patriots game. Every time I saw him on screen, or every time I saw him do a tackle and like save a touchdown and stop Cam Newton when he was scrambling, I was like,
nah, I don't miss Jamal Adams. I really don't.
I'm a Seahawks fan now. I'm not even a Jets fan. I don't want to see the Jets win one game. I don't want to see the Jets. I don't want to see Sam Darnold throw another pass. I want Sam Darnold to gaze out. I want Trevor Lawrence.
So
I want to see an 0-16, and I want to see Trevor Lawrence.
So it's Tuesday, September 22nd. For those who listen to our podcast, I got bashed by the guy next to me on screen that Sam Darnold was going to be the future of the Jets, and now he doesn't even want to see him throw another pass. I need video and audio reference of you saying that Darnold is terrible and that I was right.
I already told your dad. I have my Sam Darnold jersey in my closet. I'm going to burn it at the end of the season. No, I already told him, you can come over. We're going to build a campfire as soon as we go 0-16. No, on draft day when we pick up Trevor Lawrence, I'm going to burn it in the backyard.
You heard it here on the Binkz and Doodle effect. ChrisBP is going to burn his Sam Darnold jersey.
Like, he's got no one to throw to. He's got no O-line. He's got none of this. But he just looks so... There's sometimes where he's passing the ball, and it's not even fucking close. Like, it's not even close.
Dude, I mean...
I'm just over it. It's tough.
What do you expect when he plays in his least favorite season? There's always ghosts around. It's scary.
I know, right? He's haunted. He sees so many ghosts.
I think, and bro, even the people on the Jets, like every time you think we're taking 1 step forward, we're taking 10 steps back. Like this team, once we traded Adams, I knew this season was going to be like normally every year, for the last like 3 years, I put $100 on the Jets to win the Super Bowl just for that random, like $10,000 win. Just like woo, I didn't even do it this year, bro. I had legit zero faith. I am picking in my suicide pool. I picked against the Jets. I told myself I would never do that in my life. I would never pick a suicide pool against the Jets. Did it last week against the 49ers and the Jets. I felt great. It's been this is the first year in my fantasy league where I don't have one Jet on my team.
I still have a Jet on my team.
I am number 1. I am first in my fantasy league. I didn't pick up. I could have chose between Bell and Melvin Gordon. I chose Melvin Gordon. Boy, was that the best decision I made. And I'm like, in the beginning of the season, I was like, yo, Bell's going to do it. Bell's going to carry this freaking team. Bell and Darnold. Bell gets hurt in the first freaking week. Darnold just looks like shit. Crowder gets hurt. That was the only, like, saving grace of, yo, who's the wide receiver in the Jets? Oh, you got Crowder. Perryman. Perryman's hurt. Crowder's hurt. I can't even name you a wide. Normally I could always name you like a wide receiver.
Mims is hurt.
Who?
Mims, the guy we drafted. Yeah. He's hurt.
I can't even name you a wide receiver on the Jets.
Yeah.
Other than the tight end Hernando. But that is literally it.
Yeah, it's over.
No. We have Chris Hogan.
I
watched that Patriot.
Going forward, just because we're cutting close to time. No, don't be sorry. I enjoyed the rant. I will always be open to someone ranting and shitting on Sam Darnold.
Wait until the NHL draft day. You'll get a nice rant.
I'm a big believer. I'm a big believer in Sam Darnold rants.
By the way,
what?
I still have money on the Cardinals. By the way, to win the Super Bowl. I said in week 1, you guys are all like, nah, that's a long shot, bro. I'm telling you, Kyler Murray, D-Hop.
That's a hot take.
Bro, it may be the hottest take, but I'm winning money. They're 2-0, and you see how good Kyler Murray looks?
He's looking good. I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl, but they're looking good. Who do you think is MVP?
Who's beating them?
Russell Wilson.
You think Russell Wilson's MVP? Week 2.
Out of my mind.
Week 2. You're thinking Russell Wilson right now.
110%. No doubt in my mind.
I think he's up there. I think there's other people that you
He
buy.
leads the league in overall in passer rating. He leads the league in completion.
He looks so
league
on it, man.
touchdowns.
Yeah, either him. I mean, it's also really early, so he probably is leading right now. But you can also say Josh Allen. He's been so nutty recently. Dak Prescott
He's also been very good.
Dak Prescott's been doing pretty good.
I don't think there's a scenario where Dak Prescott ever wins MVP.
He's been doing well, but I wouldn't put him in the same caliber.
I would never put him as an MVP
Wilson's
caliber.
definitely number one. Like, there's no, I can't even, like, if I sat here trying to name someone MVP. I think Cardinals, I can't name, like, Kyler Murray or, like, D-Hop as MVP. Like, their team was just overall, like, good on offense. They got Kenyon Drake.
Wilson's spreading the ball. He threw 5 touchdowns to 5 different receivers.
You can never.
Wait, you also have to remember his receivers, Metcalf and Lockett, and they're just 2 units of like wide receivers that are like.
Oh Metcalf, yeah, nasty.
Metcalf's a big boy. He is a big boy, and Lockett's just so speedy and quick and got like good hands, and their team's just so good.
Like I said, it's Seahawks going all the way. But yeah, there's no. I don't know. Russell. It seems
you can never count out Pat Mahomes. You know, I still think Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league right now.
I'm giving Seattle one more week on defense. I have their defense in all my leagues just because of Jamal Adams. But if they give me negative points again, I'm gonna throw my. I will say
though, if the Patriots go far, Cam Newton might be up there in that discussion.
Of course,
depending how they do.
Patriots will be in the playoffs.
Bro, Edelman has been making the most insane catches I've ever seen.
You know what it is? People think he's like a wash, but he's really not.
He's the best slot. Edelman's the best slot receiver.
My man, bro, Cam Newton threw him like 2 bombs, and he full extension with Adams on his ass, bro. Full extension, caught it with his tips, and he brought it in. And he did another catch that I was just like jaw dropping. I was like, wait a minute. Edelman's
the best slot receiver in the game.
There's 2 guaranteed things. 1, you expect a 4th quarter comeback. And 2, during that comeback, if you need a 3rd and 7 completion, you know he's going to be right in the middle of the field catching a dart and then getting rocked, but getting right up.
Edelman's the best slot receiver.
He is injury prone. I hope I didn't jinx him, but my man, literally, I thought there was some times where he was like, oh, he's definitely not got the win now. Right? He's the first one up. I was like,
it's ridiculous.
Wait, before we continue, the Monday night game, the Saints player that rolled into the camera stand or card.
That was the Oakland player. They were trying.
The Oakland player. My bad. My apologies.
He laid there dead. He looked told my dad, like, Dad, someone just died on TV, and I watched it. They came back after commercial.
My man jumped up. And he's all running around. I was like, what happened?
My dad goes, what do you mean, Chris? And I'm like, Dad, I swear, before the commercial, he hit that cart, and he laid there and did not move. People came by, and I think they were trying to lift the cart off him. Bro, and I was watching the slow-mo. I was like, wow, it didn't even look that bad. And the guy in front of him, he rolled in. He got his neck stuck in that wire thing. I was like, I don't even know what that is. But I was like, I made my dad come all the way up the stairs and watch the replay on TV. And you watch the replay, the guy just gets up and starts smiling and running over the bench. I was like, Dad, I didn't make you come up these stairs for no reason. This guy literally laid there like a corpse. And I'm like, I just watched someone die.
Listen, I thought I had so many group chats saying, yo, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. My dad texted me, he's dead. I was like, oh my God. But yeah. Some final closing thoughts, as we usually do. Thursday night game, Jacksonville and Miami. Me and Andrew lost last week. We are now 1-1. For those keeping score, I don't think Chris has been on I think this is your first bit. No?
Yeah.
You may have been. No, this may be your first podcast with football, right?
Season.
Or yeah.
No, yeah, this is my second podcast. It was my first one bet. By the way, Minshew will not lose to Miami. Hot take. So I'm picking Jacksonville.
I like Jacksonville over Miami. The way Jacksonville's been playing, Miami really sucks.
Dude, I want Miami to start. I want them to start Tua. I can't take this Ryan Fitzmagic shit
I think by week 4 or week 5 that Tua then starts. But I am gonna go with Jacksonville this week.
I'm gonna
go
I'm going to
Miami,
be
too.
different. I'm going
There
Miami.
we go.
There
My
we
man,
go.
finally
It's
catch up.
the first-
Jacksonville's defense is very exploitable. And I think that Miami has finally realized they need to throw the ball to Mike Gesicki more.
He
I
had a
think
good
they
game.
realized that towards the end of last game. And them using him more might make a big difference. Plus, I also like their rookie running back, Myles Gaskin. We'll see.
We'll see. It's the first week
there's
that we
a
have
team
different
that I
picks.
like Miami. This is one of them.
All right. So we have Jacksonville from me, Miami from you, and you said Jacksonville, Chris. We'll keep tally if you ever come on again as a guest.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
There's no way.
All right.
There's no way that sexy man Gardner Minshew does not beat
He is. He's playing really well.
He is.
Bro, he's playing so well.
He just needs to throw the ball to DJ Chark more. Because, for, fantasy reasons.
But yeah, it's we're gonna wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed this week. If you're watching this on YouTube, as always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. We have a new episode every Wednesday at 3 p.m. If you are listening on wherever you listen to podcasts, leave a 5-star review. If you ever leave a 5-star review and we see it, we will shout you out in the next episode. Comment down below if you're watching on YouTube, anything you want to hear us talk about, any specific topics, feel free. But yeah, I think that's it. I think we're going to close it out. Thank you, ChrisBP, for joining us this week. Always love having a guest on the Binkz and Doodle effect.
Love talking football.
There you go. Well, it's almost coming to a time where this podcast is strictly football. So
A couple weeks.
only a couple of weeks. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And until next time,
Go Stars.
peace out.
Peace out. Let's go.